You went to go see Jaws in IMAX.
Jaws in IMAX.
It's also playing in 3D. You know this?
It is, and I really did debate the real 3D versus the IMAX, but I was just so curious that how do you take a movie, it's clearly been digitized, but how do you take a movie that's made in 1975 and get it to fill a full IMAX screen? So I didn't pull any punches. I didn't go to one of the movie chains IMAX. I went to the granddaddy of all IMAXs in Austin, Texas, the Bob Bullock Museum.
And that's a haul because you have to go with the no assigned seating.
No assigned seating.
And the limited snack bar.
Yes, very
limited snack bar.
Yeah, salty, old school movie popcorn.
It's like a tiny little stand. It's not like a full bar with a fountain cokes. It's just like a tiny one little closet.
Yeah, it's very, very small. But I don't know if he was the owner or was the manager, but I really started chatting it up with him when I grabbed the free IMAX poster, and he started hitting me with some movie trivia.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. He was talking about the writer of Jaws. Also, I forgot the other movie he was talking about, right? But he was really cool. And I said, this is the only true IMAX in Texas because before IMAX was just stuff that you'd go to a museum.
Yeah, you should see Battle of the Alamo.
Yeah, Battle of the Alamo.
Raising the Titanic, underwater adventures.
James Cameron's going to show you his cool new sub.
It's not, they weren't shooting stuff on IMAX, but now it's just kind of like a lot of the stuff is just so high resolution they could put it in IMAX.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep, exactly. And that's what happened here. They up-resed it way back. I mean, it looked beautiful. The one thing that I really did notice, so I was looking, is it going to fill up the screen? And the answer is no. It filled up a big portion of the screen.
Yeah.
But they couldn't get it to do, wall-to-wall IMAX.
Right.
Understandable.
Not Academy ratio.
But here's the thing. This was the first time that we always noticed that Steven Spielberg always throws a little touch of comedy in his movies. I think M. Night Shyamalan kind of followed in that. He throws a little comedy in there. And his background characters are unreal. And I noticed them so much more in IMAX than I ever did before.
Yeah.
Like there was two guys in, when they were debating, are you going to close the beaches? They look like Starsky and Hutch. Did you know Starsky and Hutch were at that?
All the extras look like Starsky and Hutch. They're all 70s cop show extras.
It was the mustaches, the people on the island were just so unreal and they just jumped out at the screen when you saw it in this immersive experience. But it was beautiful. It's one of those movies that when you're seeing it, watching it in the theater like that, you are engulfed, even though you know exactly what's going to happen. You're going to quote every line that's going to happen. You're going to cry. You're going to laugh, cry. You're going to cry at all the right stuff. And it worked. It just gave me this immersive experience of, and I'm biased.
Well, yeah, the biggest screen, right? So that's what makes it immersive?
Yeah. Oh, man, but it's just and the crowd still popped at all the same stuff.
Did you have a big crowd?
It was a decent, no. It was an okay crowd.
Oh, podcast.
Podcast.
She's in it again. She's behind you.
Oh, okay. What's up? Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, man, her silhouette, too. Mm-hmm. It's like the dream of 1,000 cats.
So you had a decent crowd.
It was a decent crowd, but I went to an earlier one, and in my defense, I had to pay $20 extra for parking because it was UT's opening game. So they hijacked the garage and what's normally $10.
I added sound effects. I didn't take.
Oh no, that's nice. But yeah, normally $10, but there's a YouTube game, so you're gonna get a lot of hook 'em horns crash in the garage. So it's $25, and I'm like, I'm going to see Jaws, not the game. And he's like, it doesn't matter. I was like, I got it right here.
Then it's 30, nerd.
Yeah, he literally did this. Sucks to be you, nerd. But no, it was a decent crowd. They gave us a beautiful poster. Same poster. I have one of the from Blockbuster Videos. I bought one of their $50 for one of their wall hangers, but it's the same one, but it says IMAX at the bottom. So, but I'm telling you, dude, the crowd was popping at all the spots they're supposed to pop. When he's like, Michael, get out of that boat, and he's like, why are you yelling at him? It's his birthday. He's like, he's never going to go in the water again. He's like, now don't say that. And then she starts looking at the book and she's like, Michael, did you hear their father? Out of the water now. And the crowd popped. It's like, this joke still works. And it was so subtle.
I mean, it's classic.
Yeah, no, it works so well.
And Spielberg is such a master technician. Everything it just works so fluidly.
Yeah.
You know, there's that one shot in Jaws, which always gets me. The shot where they're on the ferry and he's talking to the mayor.
Oh, yeah.
And it's one continuous shot. I don't know if you ever noticed this, but the shot where they're on the ferry and they're in the back of the ferry, it's literally, the camera does not cut for like 5 minutes.
Oh, you're right.
And it's them talking. They move the camera slightly, and then the rest of it is the ferry in the background. So you're still getting all that movement in the background. So it feels like it's really kinetic, but really the camera's just sitting there.
And they went. I noticed that in this screening, he got on the boat. You know, he was going to go out there and talk to the scouts that are going for their mile swim. They got on there and they went the whole, like you said, from side to side.
Yeah.
When he went in there, and that's when he did this. You know, if you yell barracuda, people are like, "Huh? What?" You yell shark, and that was another one. That was one of the scenes I was going to tell you about. When the mayor got out of the car, there was like 5 very large grown men that somehow poured out of that car. The medical examiner got out of there, the reporter, and then he's like, oh, maybe it was a boating accident. It's like, you'll stand? Yeah, I'll stand by that. That was so good.
I still want to see it. It's still playing in 3D in various theaters. So
Yeah,
I'd like to try and get. Alamo's doing all the 3D movies this month, I told you, and they're still running it.
Yeah, we're gonna.
So I'd like to get out and see Jaws 3D. I don't know. I'm into that.
It's
I'm
totally
marking out
worth
for
it.
3D right now.
Yeah, and you're gonna catch so much stuff. Like we've seen this movie so many times, you're gonna catch more stuff. Like it just hit me this time that when they caught the wrong shark, when Hooper had the pencil in his mouth and he said "tiger shark," and he's like, what? If you noticed in the back, that shark has an arrow with like feathers sticking out of it. It's like, did somebody have like a toy arrow that they shot, or did somebody literally bring a crossbow?
Is that how they brought the shark down with an arrow?
Yeah, with an arrow. It just had an arrow sticking out of the side of his head.
Mob mentality.
Yeah, the mob mentality was big in that scene. It was so, remember, and they were all bumping into each other, and everybody smoking in there.
Yeah,
it really sticks out here too. As the guys throwing dynamite out there, like they're smoking. Nothing says 70s like smoking a cigarette hanging out of your mouth with dynamite.
Yeah.